love you, man. I spoke to him this morning via email. That's not really speaking, is it? But I did email with him before he was going to bed, and he says, tell all the wonderful Crush 40 fans hello, and I miss them, and he wishes he could be here. So, yeah, I could read you the damn email if you don't believe me. I got it right here. So, so I get a call from June, and he said, Johnny, I know you're in that big group called Hardline on MCA Universal Music. Anybody know the band Hardline? Thank you. Taking me down, doing it. No, okay. So Hardline, because you went like this, you don't know Hardline, right? No, okay. So Hardline was a band that I started that featured a very, very famous guitar player named Neil Schon from Journey, the rock group Journey. Faithfully. Okay. So don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm a singer. I sing. That's what I do. I don't talk. I sing. So I get this call. Hey, welcome everybody. Come on in. Did you leave your $5 at the door? Oh, never mind. So June was a big Hardline fan, and he called me. And do I have to do the June accent? Hello. Okay, I don't have to do it. Okay.
Please don't.
I tease him all the time because I tell him words that they just can't say in Japanese. I mean, they can't. With the accent, he has a hard time with Crush 40 because it's Clush. We're not going to make fun of June. He's not here to defend himself. Okay. So June calls me. He says, I'm working with this company called Sega. You heard of Sega before? Yeah, good, okay. Cool.
Sega who?
Yeah, I just learned about it just like last week. And so he said, I want you to sing on some games. And I said, like Monopoly? What the hell are you talking about? He said, no. He said, we make video games and we want to incorporate some heavy rock and roll in the songs. That hurt. No, it didn't. So I said, okay, June will let me check this out. I had no idea how massive this was, you guys. You're all crazy.
Yeah.
Guilty.
It's a beautiful thing. See? So I can't believe we're going on 20 years of Crush 40.
Yeah.
20 years. Pure insanity. That calls for an effect. I had to do that. So, as you can tell, I have a lot of fun, so I enjoy the whole gaming industry. It's about that. It's about escaping and getting inside a game and enjoying it and listening to the damn music in it because I wrote it. So a lot of people have questions about, how it started. That's exactly how it started. It was a trial for me, and then, because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the games. I don't play the games, you guys. If you ask me a damn question about the game, I'm not going to answer it. Because the Eggman and the Shadow and this and that, it's a blur. Except I do know that Sonic 06 sucks, right? All right, we'll fix that. Caddy's going to fix that. So, okay, right, he's not the Sonic guy. Yeah, we're going to solder it and fix it. Okay, so here we are, and we do this whole, what's some of the first music I've done? Anyone know?
NASCAR.
Exactly, the whole NASCAR thing, which I didn't quite understand, thrill of the feel, but I sang it and it was cool, and at the time we were called Sons of Angels, but there was a real rock group called Sons of Angels, and they let us know that we could be Sons of Angels. And Sons of Angels was like, son of a bitch. So June calls me. I'll never forget the day. I'm in my office because besides music, I do a lot of other crazy stuff. I fly airplanes and helicopters, and I rescue dogs. Yeah. Oh, yeah? Airplane guy. All right, cool. Yeah. Well, in LA, I would just tell you, I'm going to talk. Shoot, I better talk fast. So we got time. So in LA, the traffic is so bad, and I had a company that was kind of north, and I had a bunch of restaurants. I made Italian pizza. Are you kidding? And so we had some pizza shops down here. So to get from here to here by car would take you 2.5 hours. By helicopter, it's 10 minutes. So there I am. And so I would fly rooftop to rooftop, and that's, kind of like a rock and roll thing, but not really. I needed it. It was practical. I saved a lot of time. How did I get on that story? Okay, doesn't matter. So June, he calls me and he says, we have to change our name. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, there's a band called Sons of Angels, and they're going to sue us. We're in trouble. I said, well, you dumbass. You picked that name. And we laughed, and I didn't call him a dumbass. I made that up. I may make a lot of this up. No, I won't. So I said, oh my God, what do you want to do? And he goes, I don't know, do you have a name in mind? And at the time I was in my very young 30s. I said, you know what, man, I'm never hitting 40, so we should just crush 40. And that is how the name was born. We're now going to change it to Crush 50. God, I hate saying that. But no, anyway, that's how Crush 40, the name, was born. I said, let's just put like a name and a number, and I don't want to turn 40, and let's just do Crush 40. And it works. And then I thought about it for a while, and I said, June, pretty interesting. We have a movie that you go to see in the theater, and then you always have like a soundtrack album, the band. Why don't we have the same concept? Let's have a band behind the game, and a game that supports the band, and here we are, 20 years later, which is pretty cool. Applause. So that was literally the birth of our Crush 40 baby. And I don't change diapers. Used to, but anyway, yes. Yeah, so that was the birth of Crush 40, the name, and how we got started. So now we enter this world, I should say, I enter this world of gaming. I don't know a damn thing. Okay, so let me tell you what I know. So there's that Sonic game, the All-Stars Racing thing. All-Star Racing! You know that thing? Yeah. That's the only game I've ever played. You want the truth? I'm giving you the truth. That's it. The gaming's up to you guys. I gotta write the music. All right, so how does the music work? You guys, anyone know? Any idea how it happens? It's pretty wild. A little bit of. So, here's. This is just okay. We're going to talk about live and learn. We're going to talk about all this stuff. But so the corporate. There it is. The corporate. Yes. Okay, you're upstaging me now. I'm just kidding. That's awesome. So the whole corporate world, they're designing this game, right? They're architecting everything, and I've got the coolest stuff. I wish I could find. Next time I go back to LA, because I don't live there anymore. I live on the East Coast now. I live in Connecticut, and because the helicopter ran out of gas, and so I had to move. No, but yeah. So I moved to the East Coast, and why am I telling you that? Because I don't know why I'm telling you that. No, I'm kidding. So anyway. The whole how corporate works is they architect this game, and then in LA in a locker I've got the coolest drawings. So they would literally draw out each scene. That's what I would get, just so you guys know, because you might have this vision of they build the whole game, they hand it off to Crush 40, and we look at it like we're in Paramount Theater, and we're like, no. We look at a piece of paper that has these pencil drawings. And each scene is sketched out, and then it's in Japanese. A lot of good that does me. And then there's some English to kind of, just give a quick synopsis of the whole scene. So it'll say like, evil Eggman kicks this one's ass, whatever. These little things, and I have to take that and June as well, because June even working for Sega doesn't have full view of the entire architecture of a game. So I don't want this to get too technical. I'm just telling you guys how it works, and then we'll have fun. And so we just kind of look through this thing, and then we have to sort of envision what the scene is going to look like completed. Do you understand? This requires effects. Do you understand how difficult that is?
Yeah.
It's really hard. But anyway, so I don't think we failed it yet, but June would take that storyboard and he would get a musical feeling, because music is, what does music do to us? It really moves us. It makes us feel a certain way. It can make us happy, can make us pissed, can make us aggressive, can make us feel however we want to feel, and we can interpret the lyrics however we want and use that however we want for our own life. But so June would take the storyboard, he'd read it. Are you filming me also? Tell me the truth. Okay, nice. And that's okay. And he would write a piece of music, and he would send that music to me. Most of the time, I would have to, actually I should say, 10 out of the 20 years, I didn't see June at all in the studio. First 10, it was kind of old school. We'd get together, we'd chart things out, we'd work things, like that. Second half of the career, send me a file, and then send me the storyboard, and then we build it from there, which is it's fun. I gotta be honest with you, it's really cool. It's the most creative you can possibly be. It's sort of helpful. I have probably, guys, 60 albums out worldwide with all the bands and projects I do. And writing gaming music, I have to tell you, is the most rewarding, because you have a little help. You have the vision of what you want to write about in front of you. Then it's just up to you to bring it to 100%. So June would provide a piece of music, and then I would provide, the lyrics and melody. Okay, and you played me you got that thing?
Sonic Heroes demo.
Sonic Heroes demo. Has anyone heard this thing?
Yeah.
I heard it for the first time today. I remember doing it when I heard it. So the first thing we do is we scat. Do you know what scatting is? Yeah, singers like, I'm saying absolutely freaking nothing. But I'm getting the feel of the song down, and the melody ideas down, and that's what I can't believe they put that out there, but that's pretty cool. So that's the stage one of writing. It's all about a feeling, right? It's melodies about a feeling, and then lyrics come in. What do I need to accomplish lyrically in this? What's the scene about? What do I want to say? Stuff like that. I'm proud to say, as a rock and roll guy, I've only had a couple of lyrics rejected because of my language. Sorry. But all in all, it's been, every single piece of music that we've written has been approved. Never had anything not approved. Yeah, not your language. Yeah, would never fly. You'd be done. 2 seconds, Caddy. Yes. Soap. Okay, so that's the basics of how we've worked for the past 20 years. And I will honestly say that June is like a brother, and Japanese brother, and we just click. Sometimes partnerships that you make in your life and business relationships you make, that just work. And we have a catalog of songs. If you guys knew what we had sitting in our files, you would lose your mind. We're just waiting for the next new game. Right? So corporate's there doing their thing, and we're just keep writing songs. So anyway, so this is an open forum to ask me anything you want about the process, about myself. You guys already know I have a small family. I have 2 kids. How you doing? Come on in. Can you bring food? I'm hungry. French fries. Dr. Pepper, nice to see you. So yeah, I have 2 kids, a lovely wife, the horse and the dog and the cat. I don't have a horse. I think anything that goes to the bathroom larger than you should not be a pet. Right? Stop laughing. Just kidding. Anyway, questions, guys. Let's just start because I didn't realize we didn't have so much. Oh, okay. So we'll just kind of go from the front here.
Just had a quick question. Like,
You can have a long question. Be quick.
It's not too amazingly big. Like, for say Sonic Adventure 2. Okay,
Yes.
there were actually several artists on there. Some of them I looked up and it's like, wow, I can't believe they're there. Like Paul Shortino from Quiet Riot.
Paul Shortino, yeah.
Did they ever the way that you worked on that game, if you can if you can remember,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm old, but I'm not that damn old. I can still remember.
Did you ever?
He talks to me like I have dementia.
Well, you know, I've got a dad who's up in the years.
Okay. No, so your question, sorry.
Have you, like, the way that you worked on the game, have you ever had a chance to meet some of these other artists, or was it kind of like an individual thing?
It just so happens that, like, Tony Harnell and Shortino, I know all those guys. Because remember, well, maybe you don't know. So I started playing professionally at 11 years old, literally. So I got some funny stories. You want stories?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about my coming up in music and my going through school, which was not a lovely experience. And I don't recommend anyone not being academically schooled. This is just my personal situation. So I picked up a guitar, I was 8 years old, and I was playing like Stairway to Heaven and figuring out, wow, that's a pretty cool chord, and that's it. So I knew, literally, guys, at 8 years old, I want to be a professional musician at 8. So my friends playing with Tonka toys, riding their bikes, digging holes, eating worms, whatever they were doing outside, I was inside working and playing and growing my craft. At 11, I went professional. Professional means you're now being paid to perform. That's really the true definition of being a professional whatever. The second you're paid, you're professional. Doesn't mean you're good, it just means you're professional. So I still suck, but I just made $100. So anyway, so going through school was difficult for me because you leaving me?
No, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You do your thing and come right back. You want us to wait for you?
No.
Okay, good. Thanks. So going through school was tough for me because I had one thing and one thing on my mind: girls. No, I had that too. No, music. That's it. I appreciated what our past fathers have done for us, and you know, our historians. I appreciated everything. I didn't want to know about it. I went from class to class. I did what I had to do. I had to get my passing grade, and I moved on. So I'm now in high school, probably 10th grade. Okay, and I'm in the newspaper a lot because when you're in a small town, your people are like, oh, he's like the big star guy, whatever. I never got caught up in all this. I'm no different than you guys. I just sing. So why are you laughing? I'm no different than you. He's like, yes, you are. You're wrong. You're wrong, man. Okay, so you know, a lot of the teachers and the principals in the school, they recognize that this is what I'm doing. And it was tough for me because I was called to the principal's office a lot. I was not in school a lot, and I don't recommend that, but Fridays I was playing. I was playing the East Coast, or I was on the West Coast. Mondays I was too exhausted to go to school because I was playing Friday and Saturday. And okay. So, security. We all right? All right. So one day, okay, I got to move on to the story. So one day the principal calls me. Redemption is beautiful. Remember I said that. One day, the principal calls me down to the office and he says, Johnny, I know what you're doing. We know that you have a career in mind, but you need your education. And I said, sir, I completely agree with you, but with all due respect, this was not a smart comment. I said, with all due respect, I make more money in one day than you do in 2 weeks.
Whoa. Shots fired!
That didn't... Shots fired. That went over like a fart in church. Yeah, not good. So he laughed. It was kind of cool. He laughed and said, listen, how many sinus infections and stomach aches can one kid get? Because every excuse, why weren't you in school? Like, Mom, just tell him I had a stomach ache. You know, okay, another stomach ache. Ate too much pasta, meatballs must have been bad, whatever. Johnny's got to come, sorry, he'll be there tomorrow. That was it for me. So he said, look, we know what you're doing, and we know you're working, just tell us the truth. Remember that. So, that next week, Paul Stanley from KISS calls my house and says, Johnny, I heard your music, and I'm getting into producing, and I'd like to hear some more of your stuff. And I'm like, Mom, I'm staying the hell home this week, and I'm making more stuff. So in the studio I went, and I created a whole bunch of new songs and things that I was trying to finish, and I neglected school for that week. I had very supportive parents. I'll explain that in a little bit. Anyway, long story short, the following week, I sent off the tape. Nothing really happened, but I did get to meet them, and it was cool, and then later we all became friends and whatever. So, that following week, my mom said, Johnny, what do you want to put on the excuse? So remember that comment about the more money in one day than 2 weeks. Okay, so I said, Mom, tell them the truth. So she wrote, Paul Stanley from KISS. Call our house. My poor mom. Okay, so like first period and a half, Johnny to the principal's office. Johnny to the principal's office, please. I'm like, here we go. So it was at that point where this particular gentleman actually shoved me a little bit, which doesn't go over with an Italian guy, Sicilian. You know, we got a temper like this. And he screamed and yelled at me. And I said, no problem, sir. I understand. And I said, and someday you will understand also. So actually that was 11th grade. On my senior year, I told my parents, short of murder from my father, we calmed him down. And I said, don't worry, they just don't understand, you know? So my senior year, my mother woke me up time to go to school, and I said, no, not going. And she covered me and said, go back to sleep. So I had a very different life. My parents understood exactly what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do, and I focused on it 100%. The moral of the story, do what drives you, and do it 100%, okay? And do what makes you happy. It's not about the money. I can tell you guys, the things, the helicopters, the planes, they're cool as hell, but you don't need them. All right? You need health, you need love, you need happiness. You need to wake up and feel fulfilled doing whatever you do. Okay, that's just that was my nice speech. Okay? So, later in that year, okay, let's see, actually, then I went off to California. I was 18. I said goodbye to everybody. I jumped in this tour bus, this beat that was Jimmy Buffett. You know this guy, Jimmy Buffett? Yeah. It was his old tour bus. It smelled like hell. And we redid it, and it was like 14 guys in a bus. You could imagine what that bathroom looked like after a shower. Oh, bad. And we were so poor that there was like a nectarine tree, and we picked these nectarines in California. And I swear to God, if you ate my nectarine, I was going to beat you, because that was my damn nectarine. We were that poor. And the old cliche, starving artist, believe every word of it. That is not just a phony cliche. It's very difficult business to get to a certain level of where you can eat. So I told you the story is going to come full circle. I landed at a very young age. I was probably 20, 21 when I signed the deal, like an $8.5 million record deal. That was quite amazing for me. And I ran into that same principal at it was called a Heckinger. It was like Home Depot. Okay, you know Home Depot? It was like a Home Depot. And I went and I got my GED. You know, I wanted to finish my high school just to be finished. And I ran into this guy, and you'll never believe what happened. He came running up to me, congratulating me. Redemption. And he wanted to exchange my GED with a high school diploma from, I'm not going to say the name in high school. And are there children in here? Okay, you're a child, yes. Then I'll keep it clean. No, so I kindly said, sir, thank you very much, but no thank you. So at that time, he wanted the press. You know, like, oh wow, Johnny, big guy now, $8.5 million, and then this and that. Anyway, it's a crazy business. It's a stupid story. Let's do it. Tell another one. No. So yeah. So that was my upbringing, and then once I started this hardline group, the career just went from there. And then again, 1998, going forward, doing this gaming music. I love you guys, and here's why. Because you love this gaming stuff, like wholehearted. Do you know what I mean? I have fans that come and go. They listen to a Hardline album or an Axel Rudy Pell. I saw an Axel Rudy Pell record in here, CD, yeah. And fans come and go. But gamers stay forever.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Forever. And that's the coolest thing. And something happened to me yesterday. It was like a revelation. And seriously. So I get picked up at the airport and I meet this guy named Caddy. You guys know Caddy.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't know who the hell he was. I thought he was a golf caddy. I was like, I'm not golfing, bro. He said, no, I'm caddy. Hello. I'm like, oh, sir, I'm not golfing this week. I'm doing a convention. I am too, you bloody bastard. Don't you know who I am? I've got 8,745 subscribes. And I'm bullshitting a little bit, but yes. No, okay, yeah, some of that was bullshit. But he did say, what's up, man? But he did say this, and it was eye-opening. And he goes, dude, I just have to tell you, I'm like a huge fan, and songs like Live and Learn are iconic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear that. No. And I said, right? I said, are you serious, man? He goes, no, you have no idea. He goes, I grew up on this shit.
Yeah, we did.
This was my life.
It was.
Yeah. What do you mean was? Did you listen to the song today? You better listen to it tonight, brother. Song number 7. 3 minutes, 54 seconds. I've sang that song 1,743 times. Live and learn! So, that's it. So anyway, I swear to you guys, and I even called my wife, I said, I missed something in 20 years, and I'm sorry about it. I missed how powerful this music actually is for those who grew up with it. And I'm sorry. I'll admit it, I'm sorry. I missed that. And I didn't realize, when you have a lot of fans come up to you and say, oh man, that song had changed my life, it was awesome. You're appreciative. Because seriously, and I say this like a broken, scratched CD, without you guys, I am nothing but a voice, just like, it's just out there. You guys make it happen, not me. If you don't love it, it's useless to me, right? So, my approach to writing a song, I write it for me, honestly, and then I hope you guys love it. Do you love it?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, I was nervous about that question. So yeah, I didn't realize, it wasn't until Caddy said it, I didn't realize the impact that this music, has and can have on people, and how it's with you. It's like if someone gives you a smack, you're going to remember that smack, right?
Right.
So I hope that this music and everything that June and I have done together in Crush 40 has left a positive, good feeling and good memories for you guys. I really do. That was the quest. So, a couple of questions before I go on a tangent on another stupid story. Yes, sir.
I'm a little bit curious. Of all the songs you covered in the Greatest Hits Crush 40 album,
Yeah.
I kind of want to know which one was your favorite that you didn't originally make?
Okay, so out of all the songs, basically, which is like my favorites, right?
Ones that you covered, like Ungravitify.
Oh, the covered ones?
Yes.
Oh, shoot. I never thought about that, bro. I don't. Firewoman. Yeah.
I love that one.
Good. Yeah, me too. Okay, fine. Firewoman. Sold. What he said. Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I didn't think that Live and Learn was good. Honestly,
He didn't
you know,
what game it was on.
I knew which damn game it was on. Adventure something. 3 or 4. Is there a 3?
Still
We're
waiting on
gonna
it.
make a damn 3.
Yeah!
You hear that, June? We're making a damn 3. So there it is. Woo! But honestly, so when you're a crazy, slightly tilted, creative person, you should always be weary of whether your work is good. So for an artist, for a musician, and I'm sure we have musicians in here, it's never quite finished. There's always something you can change. So when I listen to Live and Learn, I go, shit, why didn't I add a harmony line? This would have been, Live and Learn. I mean, I hear things and I can't sleep at night, and that's why I'm tired. But no, seriously, it's like unfinished work. And I remember calling June and saying, June, is it good? And he goes, yeah. Are you kidding? I go, no, I'm serious. He goes, yeah. And the rest is history with, we have way more hits than Caddy does. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. I love him.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, he's gonna beat the hell out of me on this next video. I know it. I'm sorry. Just kidding. I think you said it though. You said like combined you got like 1 billion views of something. I don't know. All right, 10 billion. Got it. No, he goes, no, you don't. You bastard. So, who likes fish and chips? Okay, good. I was just curious because I didn't want him to feel left out. You feel at home? Cup of tea for you or something? Yeah? Charlie, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Caddy, all the way from the UK. I have no idea what the hell a YouTuber is. I thought he goes on the lake with a tube down the rapids. I'm learning. Okay. It's close, pretty much. Yes, sir. Yes, you.
I want to know, what are your thoughts on some of the remixes that other bands on your songs that you had? And I know some bands have the remix of your songs, but you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, say that again.
Some bands have the remix of your songs that Zebra had and Sonic 06.
Some bands have the. Can someone translate for me because I'm like rocking all ears over here.
Have the remixes of your songs
Yes.
that Zebra had and Sonic 06.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't care. It's a sign of flattery when someone reproduces your song. I went to a strip club and they were playing my song and dancing to it. Wow. The only problem was it was a square pole. It hurt very bad. Very bad. I should have never slid down it. Okay, anyway, back there, yes, ma'am. Is this going to be a serious question? Okay, because you looked very serious. Okay, go ahead.
One of those days is one of my favorite songs from you, but what inspired you to write that song?
Oh, that's simple. Haven't you ever had one of those days? Thank you, that's the end. Right? That's it. Don't think too deep. We might be creative, but we're a little stupid too. Not you, me. It's simple, yes. Another one? Okay, last one. Just kidding.
You had said some of your lyrics have been unapproved from Sega.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what any of those were?
Fuck no. Sorry, kids, children, don't use that language. That was a joke. I don't remember, but some of it, because look, some of the action in the game, can get a little aggressive. And so they just wanted to keep it tame. But I don't remember the specifics. I only know it happened like maybe 9 or 10 times. No, like once or twice where June says, oh no, they can't say that. No. I don't remember. No, I wish I did. Wish I did. Yes, sir.
What do you top inspirational bands?
What do I do what?
What are
your top inspirational band?
Oh man, okay, very good question. So I'm weird a little bit, right? So I never had a record collection or a CD collection. Why? Because a lot of artists listen to different things and they're inspired by that. But I was kind of like my own planet. I didn't want to be inspired by anyone. So I never took a guitar lesson, piano, bass, drum lesson ever. So when I sit down and play, I can't play anyone else's song. I only play me, which is kind of cool. It kind of works, right? So there's great talent everywhere. I love guys like Freddie Mercury. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just amazing singers and like Frank Sinatra. People go, Frank Sinatra, really? I go, yeah. Here's why. Listen to where the guy places his words. There's phrasing. There's things I hear that, again, keep me up at night. But, so really, I don't have one particular band. Of course, I grew up with Scorpions and Van Halen and stuff like that. Yeah. And then, and then become friends with all those guys. It's pretty cool. Did you ever hear the Scorpions song, Dynamite? Dynamite! Did you ever hear that song? I was having dinner with the Scorpions in Bulgaria, of all places. And we did, I've got stories and not enough time. And we did the equivalent to like a David Letterman. Do you remember that show? Like a late night, show. And we're having dinner. And so like, how do you tell a guy that you really love in the music business that you idolized him when you were little? That makes him very freaking old, right? It's like you guys, like I listened to you when I was 4 years old. I'm like, okay, I'm 96. But anyway, so I'm sitting with him and I said, Klaus, I just have to tell you, I was very careful that when I was learning about music, that means I was young as hell, you just really inspired me. I mean, like nonstop. You were in it. And you know what he said? He goes, Johnny, that's dynamite! And he literally sang out like that. I'm like, yes! That is the coolest thing ever. Really, so then you get to know these guys and they're humans. Just one time I went into a restaurant and this kid started shaking. He was shaking like, I said, dude, what's up? He goes, I'm a huge fan. I'm like, calm down, man. I'm just gonna eat a steak here. And he was flipping out. I went to the manager. I said, hey man, can I do something just a little weird? He goes, what? I said, I want to go in the back and I want to wash a dish. And he goes, why? I said, because I need to show this kid that I am no different than he is. And I went back there and he came back and he was like, he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm washing a dish. He's like, why? I said, because I'm no better, I'm no different than you are. Thank you for loving my music, but relax. So anyway, it's cool. I got so many stories, but we don't have enough time. Questions? Yes?
Of all the Sonic songs you made, what would you consider the most underrated?
Ooh, good question that you guys are probably going to answer. The most underrated song. Crap. Which one? What the hell was that? Did I write it? Yeah. Oh, cool. That damn dementia setting in again. Man, I don't know that I have an answer to that. You know, it was kind of weird with Crush 40. So we love writing for the games, but we also love being Crush 40 and not having to stick to a script. You know what I mean? So like Song of Hope and stuff like that when we had the problem in Japan and the disaster. You know, I love songs. 5 minutes, I'm getting my ass booted. Okay, we're almost done. 6.5. And yeah, so you know what? I don't know. You guys? Most underrated song? Live Life. Okay. Live Life, I wrote. It's just funny what you remember and what you don't. I wrote Live Life in a hotel room at a desk. June sent me the music and he said, Johnny, can you work on this? And I said, okay, well, I have a little time, let me see. And I sat at a desk and God bless you. You're welcome. And I literally came all the way over here, that spray. No, I was kidding. And I wrote that at a desk. Another song, I'm trying to think if it was, I think it was What I'm Made Of. So, guys, I've lived most of my life in a metal tube called a tour bus. And when we would tour, I would tour for a year and a half straight. I would come home Christmas Eve, because I'm a good Catholic boy, and the Christmas tree would be up. We'd celebrate Christmas, and on Boxing Day, which day is that, mate? It's the bloody 26th, mate. You call it Boxing Day, don't you? Right. No, we don't have Boxing Day for us. Now you're going to freaking around and whoop some ass. That's Boxing Day. No, it's the 26th for us, right? Okay, so on the 26th, that tour bus would come in front of my house. I'd kiss my now wife, who was a girlfriend back then. Goodbye. That was it. We lived in a bus. We toured. So, what I'm made of. My kids decide, Daddy, I want to see the United States. I said, kids, I've seen it 749 times. I'm not interested. And I said, okay, kids, they want to go to campground. So what does Johnny do? I go and buy a tour bus. Okay, 3 minutes, I know. I buy a stupid tour bus like an idiot. And we pack the family in there and the dogs and food and stuff. And off we go. And I get a call from June. Johnny, we have to make a song quickly. I pull off into a campground. I said, kids, go swimming. Daddy's going to write a song. And I literally wrote What I'm Made Of at my little dinette kitchen thing in the bus, cranking up the music in June's music and working lyrically and sketching it all out. And you thought it was glamorous. You pictured the big studios and the hello, how you doing, sir? The air-controlled doors. It was in my camper. Anyway, a couple more questions.
Really quick.
Yes, sir.
From Twitter. You love doing Crush 40 so much.
Yes.
I have a follower who's wondering, are there any future Crush 40 albums coming in the pipeline? Can you give any indication?
I can give some indication, and the short answer is absolutely. So, again, there's the games, which we love to do, and there's Crush 40. So we're planning on some shows in Japan, not the US, sorry, not yet. And anything that comes our way by way of games, we're always ready to make the music strike. So I hope that answers you. Yeah, short answer, absolutely. Couple more? Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I'll get you next. He's been like, me, asshole, me. Painted his nails and everything, just like flickering. Okay, you're next.
Have you ever done a cover of Escape from the City? If not, would you?
Have I? No, I have not. Would I? I'll cover anything. Anything, yeah, why not? I think it's a great idea, as a matter of fact. Okay, I gotta go, I gotta work on that. Yes, sir.
What would be your advice for anyone wanting to be a musician?
So advice for someone to become a musician. Ooh, okay, so first of all, you have to be passionate about the instrument, right? And you guys, the younger part of the audience, have such, well, everyone in this room now, has such an advantage that I didn't have. Man, if I had this frickin' thing called the internet, I'd be walking funny because the computer would be like stuck. You can learn so much, right? So pick your instrument, be passionate about it, and learn. Learn as much as you can. I was really lucky. When I had Neil Schon from Journey in my group, my knowledge, like my chord knowledge, went up like 50 times. Work with people who are better than you. That's how you grow. Don't be intimidated to try. Get up there and do it. You know what I mean? But learn and be humble. I'm a very humble guy. Can you tell? No, I am. And I will have to stop this, right? But I want to say one thing, honestly. Very, very important. Two very, very important words that I must say to you guys. Thank you. I am sincere to the core. And every day I wake up, I am grateful for everyone and people like you guys who support the music, support the games, support happiness. Thank you guys. Enjoy the show. Hey, 7 o'clock tonight, we're doing some singing. I'll be looking for some air guitar, air drum, air bass players tonight because we're doing a karaoke style tonight, okay? Enjoy the game, the convention, guys. Take care.
Thank you, Johnny.